Hey everybody, TheRuneKin Method1cal here, and I'm bringing you our first video on the combat beta. I am going to be doing some bandos, dual wielding with gear that you'd normally see in the live game, as on release, obviously we're not going to have the bandos helm or the bandos boots or gloves. I think Goliaths are actually better than bandos gloves anyway. They might actually be better than Twerva gloves. And I will be using dual weapons, but the enhanced Excalibur is easily available in the live game. Even if a offhand rapier is available in the live game, I do not currently have the points for it and probably will not by the time the beta goes live. So I will be not using that. And I'm just going to do a couple of kills. And I don't think anything was patched since last time I was here, so I should only need to pray Soul Split and I should be okay. Has been almost a full day since I've been to a boss on the combat beta. These are just in case there was anyone else here, but there's actually only 23 people logged into this world, or maybe even less than that, so I probably don't have to worry about crashers. And unless they're using dual swords, it's usually pretty hard for them to beat me anyway, even if they're using the thing where you charge your adrenaline outside of combat, which I try not to use because it's something I feel should be removed from the game, like before the combat beta goes live. I don't think it was ever their intention to be able to charge it outside of combat, like to full at least. I understand that the abilities that do that are abilities that you would want to use before combat, but I just don't think they should add to the adrenaline bar unless they're actually used while in combat. And I don't know how hard that is to code, but hopefully they can change that, because I really don't think that it's good the way it is now. It should be changed. Of course, that is just my opinion. It will make bossing a lot easier, but honestly, you can use these almost every kill, and they do increase by 50%, so that's not too bad either. I will be back again for the next kill, as soon as this minion dies, at least. This regen ability is really good as well. I assume most people who have access to the beta already know about that. And I assume actually most people who don't have access to the beta probably also already know about that. Also, the prayer drain seems to be really bad now. It might just be because there's no prayer boosting equipment now, but it does seem a lot worse than normal. Also, I'll go over some of the stat changes and how this interface works later on in another video. Right now I'm just going to be showing bandos. Next I'll probably show Zamorak, then Saradomin, and I'm not sure what I'll do after that, since Corp is kind of annoying since you can't currently stun the core, at least to my knowledge. TDs are really difficult, and Glaciers, kind of about the same. So I will probably show Glaciers. I will probably try to show Corp. It'll just probably be me dying though. And I can get at least one TD skill, so I'll do that as well. Oh, and I'm also thinking that I would like to do the fight caves. I don't know if the kiln works. I haven't tried it. But the fight caves are pretty easy now, and I was actually thinking about maybe live streaming a fight cave attempt if I can get live streaming working well. I'll show you how these adrenaline potions work after. Good timing actually, because there's someone here going to crash me more than likely. Or going to try. He's using range, I guess he could. Especially if he's using the adrenaline boosting between kills. I'll probably just show one more kill after this one anyway though. It's pretty much just showing you what bandos is. Are they? I swear everyone follows me in the beta wherever I go. Masses of people just appear suddenly. Every time. It's happened every time I've gone to Corp, every time I've gone to bandos. Like every time I show up to Corp, the room's empty. Then I'm partway through the kill and like 50 people show up. And then also, every time I've gone to bandos, I get partway into the trip, maybe 2 kills, and then a bunch of people show up. And it's kind of annoying. Although, I guess it's not that bad. It's not like getting kills here over anyone else is worth anything. Since we are on the beta, nothing is worth anything on the beta. Well, I guess if you don't have these equipments on your main account, they're worth something, because the only way to get them in the beta is to buy them off other players. Because to my knowledge, there's not yet a cape, amulet, or ring store. In fact, you actually have to do kills in the Dom Tower to get Goliath gloves as well. I will be back for the next and last kill, and there's just this one guy with the two-hand, and he's not even using an adrenaline boost, so I doubt he's going to get the kill. He's also wearing a trimmed amulet and a bad cape. Also, you don't need to pray melee. Oh, actually, he's a lower level. He might need to. Anyway, I'll be back. And I'm back. Get my damage over time ability up as soon as possible. And really, all I wanted to do is get my ultimate out. Since I used an adrenaline potion, which brings you up to 50% adrenaline right away, but has now a 3-minute cooldown. I'll go over potions in a video later on. That will allow me to get my ultimate off really quickly. And I might actually get a second one in this kill. Yes, oh no, I won't. I forgot about the cooldown. It's my bad. I'm still not used to this skill-based gameplay. Even though it might look like I'm okay at using my abilities, I really am not sure what I'm doing. Anyway, I should have got that since he's two-hand. Yes. Yes, I did. Two hands just, they need a buff, and like their skills need a buff. They just don't do enough damage to be worth it. Oh, he's also on normal book, so that might also be a factor as to why he's not praying Soul Split. I can't think of anything better to pray actually on normal book. I am using the Turmoil as well, by the way. Turmoil and Overloads, though, have a nerfed effect, and I'll go over that later when I go over potions a little bit. This guy actually asked me to leave, so I'm going to leave after, I guess, one more kill I'll show. It hasn't taken very long after cuts, I don't think. Yeah, oh, he's just logged anyway. Overloads boost to 116 stats, and Prayer Drain seems absolutely atrocious, even with the Prayer Renewal on, but again, that's because nothing gives Prayer bonus anymore, and my Penance isn't on. Which I think it might actually be better to use Reverence, considering how often he hits me. Also, Overloads do not damage you, nor do they heal you when they wear out. Can I drink this yet? I cannot. I think this hits 3 times. If you're being crashed, sometimes it's actually better to cancel your channel abilities before they finish going off. Simply due to the fact that you want to get your ultimate out really quick for the multiple 5000s and get the best chance at getting the kill. Usually, even if there's a bunch of people here, you can get one ultimate off, even if it only hits 1/500 before he dies. I'm going to cancel that to put my damage over time ability on. You want to get those every time they recharge. Although if you're soloing, you probably shouldn't sacrifice a channel ability for it. But I don't think it's going to hurt me too much. Especially considering I'm barely even paying attention right now. Bandos is extremely easy, and you'll see later that the other God Wars bosses are pretty easy as well. Well, I don't know about Arma, but I assume Arma is also very easy. And I actually found that magic works really well at both Zamorak and Saradomin. None of the bosses, if you check their stats, obviously these are weak to crush, apparently. I actually didn't know that. But most of the bosses, at least all the ones that I've checked, which does include Bandos and I think Zamorak, they all have neutral weaknesses, so nothing is more effective against them than anything else. And interestingly, Corp is also neutral, meaning that you don't have to use spears on it anymore. Everything else seems to hit just fine, at least with the abilities it does. I don't know if the normal attacks are still halved. Anyway, that is all for this video, and I will see you guys next time for some Zamorak. See you guys then.